Alright, I don't know if you can see this. The quality is all dark. I don't care. I'm here because I'm mad. Today, September 22nd, it's a Tuesday. Thought it was going to be a chill, easy day, watch some Battery Day. Then BMW decided to come out and just ruin everything. Like, ruin everything. The new M3, M4 was announced. And this is weird. I usually don't make videos like this, but I feel like we all need to vent. It's been a rough 2020, and I'm pissed. This is the new M3, M4. Like the rear, I don't mind. The side profile, I don't mind. But look at that, man. Look at that snout. I get it's a kidney grill, but you don't have to put fucking kidneys on the front of the car. Like, why? Who thought this was a good idea? I know they just hired a designer. They're probably trying to be bold because it's they want to stand out. But it's just like, this ain't it, chief. I like the yellow, the carbon fiber looks cool. The side skirts look cool. These wings look cool. The spoiler looks cool. But I mean, and then the power difference isn't even that different. 503 horsepower, and it starts at 70 grand. My M4 was 71,000, MSRP. So 60 grand, 70 grand for the M3. 71.8 for the M4, and that's the base price. There's going to be X-Drive edition available, and then there's the competition, and they don't even say the price of the competition. They just said it starts at 473 horsepower for the regular car, 503 for competition, and then these numbers here are pretty laughable for the standard car. That's basically last year's model. With the what is it called, the competition package for the M4 for the F82 had basically the same stat line. This 4.1 seconds non-competition is slower than the last car. The last car was 3.9 seconds 0 to 60, and then the competition is 3.8, but that's only a tenth. And I get it, 0 to 60 doesn't mean everything, but if that's that much of a change to 60, how is the quarter mile is going to compare to this? What else is supposed to be new here? Is it me, or does it look like it got taller? It looks like it got longer. The last M4 was already long as hell. It was the same size as an E39 5 Series. And so, this is even longer. Alright, so these are the big differences. So there's a duct here. Okay, that's cool. There's, the power, we talked about that. The steering has been improved on a lot of BMWs, so I'm guessing it'll be improved here as well. The interior, it's the new standard interior. I really I love the new cockpits. Not so much the maps, but I just love how the number, whichever gear you're in, is right in front of you. And then, seeing the RPM gauges on the left and the right kind of build up. I had a chance to drive an M8, which had this, and I thought it was the best cockpit out of any car I've driven. But it's this is all kind of standard stuff. You don't need to get an M4 to get this. And then there's a drift mode. So cool. Go ahead and go out drifting on your 20-inch wheels and ruin your tires. And another point, 20-inch wheels. Do we need to have 20-inch wheels on cars? I know you're trying to make more money on the tires because bigger wheels, bigger tires, more money for BMW. But it's this thing. Oh. But it's getting out of hand. And then what else is new? The exhaust, this all looks pretty standard. The carbon fiber roof looks standard. The seats are probably the highlight of it to me. I don't know about this orange. This is pretty bright. They kept they kept the manual. And this is another thing. There's no more double clutch. Like it used to be double clutch in the M4, right? Like that was a big thing. Double clutch transmission is a big advantage compared to automatic, right? But now it's automatic or manual. No double clutch transmission. So they're giving you a car that's going to be about the same power as the outgoing model, and taking away dual clutch transmission. Is it heavier? I don't know. Let's see. Let's keep flipping through this pamphlet. I mean, these wheels don't look too bad. I'm not a fan of chrome, so hopefully there's black wheels. That would be nice. The brakes also look cool. I'm glad they went away from the blue brakes. And like I don't mind like the two-tone, like the black, like side skirt and diffuser. Like that's nice, but here we go, right here. Like who thought this was a good idea? Like who thought it's just putting a big old buck tooth? This is what it looks like. That's exactly what this car looks like. It's just like, oh god, like it'll probably grow on us. And I mean, you know, like what's the cost of replacing a front bumper? I'm sure there'll be like aftermarket tuning companies that'll replace the front bumper like day one, so that won't be as big of a deal. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with this. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is like standard stuff. Like again, this carbon fiber is good, but like we saw in the previous pictures, all that carbon fiber stuff isn't standard. So you got to pay for that. Like that's the standard steering wheel right there. You see that? That's aluminum, and that's aluminum paddles. Those carbon paddles, you're gonna have to pay extra for. I mean, I feel like I was one of those old heads when the F80 came out. A lot of E92 owners gave it a really hard time, but like, and don't get me wrong, like I like some of this stuff. Like I think these carbon paddles are dope, and like this carbon steering wheel is dope. But this is all like M marketing. Like there's, you know, it's gonna cost a lot, and then so you're gonna end up spending what, $100,000 for an M4. I don't know about that. That's just, I guess, you know, one of the big things, the big downsides to the last M4 was the sound. And so I'm guessing this car will sound a lot better. It won't have that kind of like that farty noise or anything. But like, look at this eye-catching rear diffuser. Like, come on, man, get over yourself. I love the rear diffuser though. Like, I think that's finally one of those things. Like in the M3 M4, the diffuser looked like unfinished, and I think this does look good. And those quad tips look really nasty to where they are. And the fact that they come black from the factory, which wasn't the case when I got my M4. But come on, why would you even show this? Like blue on yellow? Like did Wolverine just order a new M4? Like this is ridiculous. Like who is in charge of this? Like blue interior? No, blue interior is not a good idea. You could go as bold as you want on the exterior, but blue and yellow interior, like I'm getting a headache just looking at this. I get a headache if this was my car and I had to get out of it every day. And those seats otherwise look like beautiful. Like this is all carbon fiber on the side. Oh look, optional M carbon bucket seats. See, here we go with the M marketing again. Like this isn't gonna come like on a standard car. I'm really curious to see how much this upgrade actually costs. And like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a $3,000 option, to be honest. This is crazy. Yeah, the model badge, that's cool. Extended merino leather, that's always a good touch. M mode button for adjusting specific display as a gyro system, road sport and track. Sure. Carbon fiber interior. Wow, great. Wait, only the M4 gets manual? The M3 doesn't get a manual transmission? That has to be wrong. That has to be wrong. I mean, you know, this looks like the special carbon fiber paddles, so those might be cool. But yeah, I mean the side profile, I don't mind. Actually, I really like the M8, and I feel like this has a lot of cues from the M8. And so I think the side profile is really cool. And like I said, I don't mind this kind of out there yellow color. You know, go out there, have fun, get something crazy. Kind of like, I think I like Austin yellow better than this yellow because I don't know, is this yellow or is this green? But yeah, what are they saying? Intelligent all-wheel drive system. Yeah, they have all-wheel drive M4. So if you live in the snow, it's cool. Racing car inspired extended sight. Come on, like just stop with this working BS. Integrated braking system with 2 pedal feel setting to suit personal preferences. I wonder how that works. So I'm guessing there's a pedal setting for when you're pushing hard and a pedal setting for when you're around town. Hopefully they don't squeal. That would be my biggest concern. And then forged M lightweight alloy wheels with larger diameter at the rear axle. Like, no, you don't need to make these wheels larger. Like, anything over 18 inch is just too big. Like, 19 is great. But, like, as the wheel gets bigger, tires get more expensive, your ride quality gets compromised. Like, you don't need to do this. Like, there's just... But they want the money. They'll charge you more because you have bigger wheels. You know, they're already charging you, what, 9 grand on these carbon ceramic wheels, carbon ceramic brakes? Like, just stop it, BMW. But yeah, I'm just here to vent. At this point, let's see. M3 sedan, M3 competition. But hold on, you gotta. Where's that picture of that hideous diffuser? There's where is it? It's somewhere. There's like, I think it's like the all-wheel drive or something like that. Let's go over here. There's just, like, I don't know what is BMW doing. Like, what is this new designer, like, thinking? It's just, oh, man. Like, I know it'll grow on people, and it'll sell, but come on, man. You are killing me right now. Like, let's take a look at this. I feel like this. That's exactly how I feel right there. That's going to be the thumbnail of this video. That represents exactly how I felt when I saw that car. Not joy, but fear. Fear of those bug-tooth M4s coming straight at me. Don't want to load. I get it. I don't want to load either. But yeah, the thing that I just failed to understand is that every M3 had its distinct characteristic. Like the E30 was like the first one, right? And so that was the beginner. The E36 is an improvement to the E30. It's better suited for daily driving. It's still, you know, a race car, has that race car presence. We didn't get that, you know, the real E36 in the US, but I'm sure, you know, people in Europe like really love that car. The E46 was the first, like, I want to say when BMW took that real step to like modern luxury, and it was really the jack of all trades. I think the E46 was like, you know, the M3, the quintessential all around M3. The E92 and E90 was basically the V8. And so that was a big V8 race engine. Like, it was like a big thing of its own. And that's what really stood apart for that car. And then the F80 was twin turbos. And so all of a sudden you have this car, you know, that never had forced induction, you know, come out with twin turbos. And now we just got a whole bunch of torque out of that car. You know, we've seen people pull out crazy horsepower numbers out of it. But what's the thing here? What's the thing with this G80 M3 or this G80 2M4? Like, what stands it apart? Is it, you know, does it do self-driving? No. Is it, you know, crazy fast with torque or anything? Not really. I mean, the competition model comes with 503 horsepower. That's like, it's basically an F80 with like half a tune, if you think about it. Like an F80 competition with half a tune would, you know, get you right over 500 horsepower without an issue on 91 octane. So, you know, what is it? It's bigger, it's, you know, maybe a little bit more comfortable, but it has no unique identity. Like, nothing about it like stands out to me that like, wow, like that was this thing about the G80. The G80 was the first M3 to do what? What was it the first M3 to do? Because right now I see it's like it's the first M3 to have a really big front end fascia and some really big teeth and some kidneys for a grill. But at this point, I'm just venting. I figured the whole point of this video was to just try to, share my feelings as a previous F82 owner on kind of how I look at this car. And more realistically, either way it went, I don't think I was in the market for that car anymore. Basically, driving an M4, I learned that I wanted a more pure sports car experience, so a car that was built from the ground up to be a sports car instead of a car that was a sedan and then made to go really fast. But I do see the advantage of having an M3 for day-to-day driving if you can't afford it, or if you can only have one car and you have a family. But yeah, BMW first took away European delivery, and now they're coming out with this. There's like no chance in hell I'd be buying one. No chance at all. Yeah. If you're frustrated as well, feel free to vent off your frustration. Looking forward to seeing more people, tune this car and give it a new front end. I mean, hopefully they come out with a facelift soon, because I think it could have looked way better. I'll try to. There's a picture out there of like what the M3 should have looked like with a regular kind of front end. I'll try to find that and share it here. But all right, thanks for listening to my rant. I'll be streaming later tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one, and stay safe out there.